Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Medicare can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. My name is Andrea Corpening, and I am an agent authorized to offer AARP Medicare plans from United Healthcare Insurance Company. I would be happy to help you better understand Medicare, your coverage options, and discover what may make AARP Medicare plans from United Healthcare a great choice for you. Call me, Andrea Corpening, today at 281-773-6239 so you can decide on a plan with confidence. That's 281-773-6239.
Welcome back to Veterans Era, the Veterans Hour, your source for news, talk, and uncensored commentary here on your Lone Star Community Station. Now, if you were listening this morning, this is a continuation of this morning on our salute to veteran service organizations. So this is Veteran Service Organizations Part 2. It's kind of like Hot Shots Part 2, but only better. In the studio, we have with us Lynn Hackett, who's the president of the VFW 4709 Auxiliary, and Jay, who's going to talk to us about charitable bingo. Now, before I ask you guys anything, I have to say this. I love the VFW Auxiliary. I really do. And the reason that I love the VFW Auxiliary is because two reasons. First is they fund and help fund the VFW. And the second reason is they feed us. And all the cakes and cookies and pies that they used to feed us with, they're all diabetic friendly. That's true, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, man. That's why I love you, baby. Lynn, Jay, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
This morning we had Ralph on talk to us about Toys for Tots, talk to us about American Legion post up in Willis, and talk to us about the VFW since he's the senior vice commander. And we had Tim, a.k.a. Timmy, here to talk to us about the Honor Guard. And hopefully our listeners will go, I want to join that. I want to be part of that.
He's one of our auxiliary members also.
Oh, yes, that's right, he is.
Yes, he is.
So we're going to talk about the auxiliary and bingo. And they are two separate things, by the way, just so you all know. You can be the auxiliary and not be involved in bingo, or you can be involved in bingo and not be involved in the auxiliary. They're actually two separate things. And we're going to talk about that distinction in a minute. Lynn, for the people that don't know what the VFW Auxiliary is, tell us about it.
Well, the VFW Auxiliary has been around for over 100 years, and they've been serving veterans, the military, their spouses, their families, to honor their sacrifices and commitments they gave up for this country. And that's what we do. And any woman even that served in uniform.
So, as long as you had a family member in the military, honorably discharged, you can join the auxiliary.
Well, if they had boots on the ground, and it have to be a second generation. It can't just be like a niece, a cousin. Those do not qualify. But as far as your stepchildren and all that, yes, they do qualify.
How does someone come about joining the auxiliary?
Well, you can go online and visit our website on Facebook at vfw.org, 4709 vfw.org. There's an auxiliary page and there's a VFW page.
Or you can go to, as Lynn said, vfw4709.org, and you'll find links there to the Facebook page. And eventually, you're going to give me the info I asked for and be able to update that webpage. We were talking this morning that the website is woefully out of date, and a new one is coming before the end of the year. The VFW, now, you all have been listening to me for years, all four of you. You've been listening to me for years. So you know how much the VFW does in this community. What you don't know is how the VFW is able to do those things that it does in the community. The two people sitting in front of you today are a primary reason why the VFW can do what it does in the community. Now, the VFW Auxiliary, for you old-timers, used to be the Ladies Auxiliary. It's no longer the Ladies Auxiliary anymore, is it?
No, it isn't. It's just the auxiliary.
That's because we don't care any longer if you're a guy or a girl. If you meet the criteria, you can join. Are there dues in the auxiliary?
There is. There's a $25 annual fee unless you become a life member. And that depends on your age, at how much that would cost you.
$25 a year to join the auxiliary?
Absolutely.
I'd have to quit the VFW. That's much cheaper than that. I mean, but look, really, you guys do more at the VFW and for the VFW than we members do. I have to say that that's true.
We love our veterans, and we're there to help and assist in any way that we can.
And they're really good at it. You've probably seen them around town doing things at different community events. And to do these community events, to do these charitable things that the VFW does, one of the ways that we're able to fund that, because believe it or not, it actually takes money to do these things. And we have some absolutely outstanding sponsors and donors to the VFW. And for every single one of you, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. But one of the other primary ways that we get funds to be able to do these things is through charitable bingo. Now, you may not know it, but in the state of Texas, all bingo is charitable bingo. What that means, well, you guys want to tell us what charitable bingo means? You can pass it back and forth.
For donation, it goes so we can donate to the veterans programs that are out there to help veterans that are in need.
Absolutely correct. It's they don't get to keep the money. They actually have. Well, let me try to make this a little bit more coherent. Charitable bingo in the state of Texas is run by the state. The state dictates when you can have games, how many games you can have, what charities you can give for, how much you can give away in prizes, how much you can actually have in your bank account before you have to give that away to a charitable organization. So the VFW has a bingo hall. As you all know, as we talked this morning, the VFW has a canteen. But we also have a bingo hall. That bingo hall serves a couple of different purposes. One, it's where the VFW members meet. We meet in that bingo hall when we're not using it for anything else. It's where bingo is played on bingo nights and days. And it's rented out for different functions. Yes, you can actually rent the bingo hall, and it seats like 300 or 350 people.
If you're a member, I believe it's 300. If you're a non-member, I believe it's 600.
Oh, you've talked the fees and how many you can seat.
Oh, geez. I'm
Yeah,
not really
it's
sure.
300 or
Roughly
400.
300 maybe.
Yeah, that 300 people can fit in there. Tables, chairs, it's really, really nice. And we rent that out. So the bingo hall, which is big, by the way, it really is a big hall. We play bingo there. Jay, when do we play bingo?
We actually have 5 sessions of bingo throughout the week. For the auxiliary, we have bingo Friday night at 11 o'clock and Sunday at 2 o'clock. That's for the auxiliary.
That's 11 a.m. and 2
11
p.m.
p.m.
Oh, that's late night.
Late night Friday night,
Oh,
11
wow.
p.m. So if you're a midnight owl, come on out for late night bingo. We usually run from 11 to 2 o'clock. We get out at 2 o'clock, so it's not too late for the night owls.
I did not know that. I mean,
Yeah.
Mr. Insomnia here,
He could
Yeah.
be playing bingo there, Doug.
Instead of raiding the refrigerator, eating the stuff I shouldn't eat, yeah, I might just do that.
And also, the post plays throughout the week. The post schedule is Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 7 p.m. That's where the posts are, what they would call the men's post. But now it's just the post.
So we have bingo 5 days a week,
Yes.
regardless who it's being paid for, 5 days a week.
5 sessions, yes.
And depending on what session I'm visiting will depend who's sponsoring that and who gets the
That's
charitable
correct.
donation from that.
That's correct.
Now, in months past, we were doing bingo, 5 sessions, and we were giving out door prizes too.
Yes.
We're not giving out door prizes. Is that correct?
Actually, that is incorrect.
that's
We
it.
have
See? That's why you're here.
so here the last couple of weeks we've done gift cards. One time we passed out 7 gift cards ranging in value from $25 to $50, kind of help people out with Thanksgiving coming up. For December, we have a giveaway of a 16-inch laptop. So we're giving away a computer. To qualify for that, you simply need to come out on Friday night at 11 p.m. or Sunday at 2 p.m. And whenever you get your packs, we'll give you a ticket, and that ticket will be in the hopper for the drawing. The drawing is on December 16th, late night Friday night at 11 p.m., and they have to be present to win.
That sounds like a deal if you're a bingo player.
It's a nice computer.
See, I've never played bingo before other than kindergarten, B-I-N-G, B-I-N-G. Dick and Holly play bingo, and they play at our bingo hall.
Oh, well, hey, thank you.
Yeah.
We really appreciate that.
I was talking to I think I was talking to Janet and saying, I'm going to go play bingo, but you're going to have to show me how to play because I've never played before.
And then I mean, some of these ladies do how many cards on the table?
Oh my God! Some people buy like 5 and 6 sets
I
of
don't know how they do
paper,
it.
and there's 12 cards on a piece of paper, so they're playing like 60 to 70 cards. For
At
me,
one time?
At one time,
Yeah.
yes. I don't see how they
Hey,
do
they're
it. because
professional bingo
I
players.
think they're professional. Yeah, they're really good. Myself, I can play 2 or 3, and that's about the max for me.
I can play one card at a time. I have that much laser focus. I can only do one card at a time. When you're playing these bingo sessions, smoking's outside, I assume.
No, we actually have smoking in the hall. Yes.
We have a smoking and a non-smoking section.
Well, they're linked in together. We have tables reserved for non-smoking, but it's in the same room as the smoking part. We do have smoke humidifiers. Is
Yes,
that
we
it?
do.
Smoke humidifiers that eliminates the smoke out of there. So
I'm assuming that you're limiting that to tobacco products.
yes, yes.
Kind of
And-
puts a damper on my experience right there.
Yeah. Well, we don't have anything against cigars, but we don't have people that bring those in, so you don't have to worry about the cigar smoke, just the cigarette smoke.
Since Huey stopped coming to regularly, that's the only he's the only one that actually smokes cigars.
That is true.
Huey, you're welcome back. We know you love you as long as you bring the kids and Valeria. Come on home. Huey does show. He showed up for Veterans Day. by the
Hey,
way.
did I saw
Yeah,
him
yeah,
for breakfast? Yeah,
yeah.
that was really nice.
It was. When we started talking about charitable bingo, and that the state, all bingo in the state is charitable bingo. And then we broke down into different sessions. We play 5 days a week, and these sessions are for this charity, and these sessions are for that charity. The VFW Auxiliary is a separate organization than the VFW, but they work hand in hand. They're separate but equal is what I like to call them. And without the VFW Auxiliary, the VFW could not do a lot of things that they do. In the years past when BJ was there, BJ was my buddy poppy buddy. Mm-hmm. And we'd go out and we'd always pat ourselves on the back. When we came back and counted out the pennies and whatnot, we raised the most from the buddy poppies. Because do you know BJ?
No, I didn't.
No.
BJ
he
is
doesn't
very, very flamboyant. Very flamboyant. I love you, BJ. You know I do. Yeah, I follow her. I follow her on her Facebook page.
See where she's at.
Yeah, that's right. Where you at?
traveling
And whether or
stuff.
not the Jeep is working this week.
Yeah. Well, that's a given. That's always.
That's true. That's true. So, what happens at the end of the quarter, end of the month, or whatnot? What happens with those funds that was raised from bingo?
Okay, so what we do is we have bingo and we're just regular operations, and we deposit that money each night that we play bingo into our bingo account. And then at the end of the month, we do reports so we know how much we brought in. And then tied into those reports, that lets us know how much we can give out as donations. So speaking of donations, we run fiscal year from July 1st to June 30th of the next year. This past year, we donated $51,349 on the auxiliary side. And that's a lot of different people that we can support. Some of the ones that we do is the Montgomery County Meals on Wheels. You're familiar with that? The Montgomery County Food Bank. We do Toys for Tots. We do Volunteers of America, the Homeless Vets Program. And we also, of course, help our disabled veterans and their families as well. We have a lot of people that we spread the money around to, so we're just not giving it to one person and letting them have it all. We have a lot of places we can donate to. The main thing is to get people to come and support our veterans, though. This is supporting. If you come out and play bingo, this is where the most of our money is made throughout the year, is our bingo games. So we're asking people to come out and support the local veterans.
You heard it here. When you're playing bingo, you're not just supporting, well, let me rephrase that. When you're playing bingo at VFW 4709, you're not just supporting one organization. All the monies that they gather, they spread around. And they spread around to causes that we here at Veterans Air also donate to. Meals on Wheels, Montgomery County Food Bank,
Lone Survivor Foundation.
Lone Survivor, well, Operation Red Wing.
Boots for Troops.
Boots for Troops.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's charitable bingo. You're doing two things when you're playing, well, you're doing three things when you're playing bingo. You're enjoying the game and comradeship. Your companions, you're enjoying their company. You have the ability to win cash and prizes.
Yes.
And you're helping out some of your favorite charities here in Montgomery County. I think that's important. I think that and I've said this many, many times, Texas is a very giving state. The people that live in Texas are very charitable. They give, and they give from their heart. Veterans Air, as I've said before, we're doing three charities this year. Toys for Tots, as we always do. Tunnel for Towers, as we always do. And then this year, the Montgomery County Food Bank. And when I had the food bank on here, as a does this really work, Doug? Had the food bank on here and raise awareness for their food drive. The VFW partnered with the food bank. And if we raised X number of dollars or X number of pounds of food, National would give the food bank like $5,000 grant or whatnot. We met that. We met that in little over a month. That's how much you guys gave. Bingo is important because if we're going to continue to do these things that we do in the community for both the auxiliary and the VFW, because sometimes the auxiliary will do something that the VFW is not involved with at all. Sometimes the VFW post will do something that the auxiliary is not involved with at all. It happens. One of the things that the VFW is doing this year that we haven't done in the past is we're having our ceremonies, our remembrance ceremonies, if you will, for whatever month it happens to be, D-Day or whatnot. And then, depending on the remembrance thing that we're doing, we're opening it. It's opened up to the community, and we're doing a movie night afterwards with popcorn.
They're also allowing our auxiliary to run a VPR.
Really?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
If you get me the schedule, I'll put it on the website.
Awesome.
And you should come to these because they're not crappy little movies. I mean, they're big name movies like Pearl Harbor.
Right.
And we have the best popcorn in town. We do. I'm going to steal one of those containers of the popcorn seasoning. Oh, I shouldn't have said that on the air.
Yeah. Oops. You just like you just.
No, I was only kidding. I won't steal it. I will. But I want to switch back to the VFW here for a second. The auxiliary, excuse me. Now, we were telling our viewers or listeners this morning about officers and how the VFW is a quasi. Join the VFW and you're going to think you're back in your old military unit because we have officers that run the post. And you guys have officers too. Tell us a little bit about the officers at the auxiliary.
Well, I am the president.
Stop rocking.
Oh, I have a senior and a junior, a secretary, a treasurer. I have a lady that a guard, and I also have a conductors.
So you actually have rules that you follow that
Absolutely,
dictate.
we have bylaws we have to adhere to.
So it's just like the VFW in that
Exactly.
way.
Yes, it's structured.
And I'm assuming that you guys decide what you're going to do on any given month and who you're going to give to and whatnot.
Well, I also have chairmen for all my programs, and those chairmen bring up ideas on what they would like to do, and then we all get together and discuss it and decide what we're going to do at a meeting, so it's in the minutes.
So what type of committees do you have?
I have Americanism, I have Patriotic Instructor, I have Youth Scholarships, Ways and Means, and membership. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Veterans and Family Support is a big one that we have.
Let's talk about youth scholarship for a minute. Earlier in the year, maybe October or so, I talked to you all about Patriot Penn Scholarship Program and how much what you had to do for these scholarships and how much you could actually make if you win all the way up to national. Are you telling me that the VFW Auxiliary also gives out scholarships?
We have Get Excited for the Red, White, and Blue and Illustrating America right now. We assist with the VOD and the Patriot Pen, getting the information out to the schools and picking it up and bringing it back to the post so that they can go oversee it.
So you guys are doing Voice of Democracy, because I know I ain't.
Yep. You know, we're all a big family. We work really close knit together, and the commander and myself, we have really grown really close together, and it has helped out tremendously getting the auxiliary with the VFW members. You know, it used to be separate entities. Now it's grown like a family together.
You're right. They are separate entities. There's two distinct organizations, but together they're stronger than anyone could be apart. I want to switch back to bingo.
Okay.
I was talking with Ralph and Tim, because I have never played bingo before, like I said. And there's something called a pull tab.
Yes. So the way that bingo works is that you get a pack of 10 cards, 10 games in a package. And then outside of that, we have pull tabs. It's just looks like a credit card, and you open them up and you have a game involved with that. The pull tabs are $1 a piece. There's one game that we play where the pull tabs are $2 a piece, but we don't play that very often unless we have a big crowd. But your regular pull tabs are a $1 for the purchase of that card. We do what they call a horse race, where if you get all 5 numbers in a row down the down line, then you can win $500, $600. Other pull tabs we call them all plays. And the all plays, you open it up and it's guaranteed to play a game, and you just have to have a BINGO on the card in order to win. Those prizes range anywhere from the low end of $100 to as much as $600, and it really just depends on what games we play for that day. But the pull tabs are separate from the paper. You don't have to buy any if you don't want any, but most people do, and it gives them extra chances to win for that day.
Tim, you can make some serious money playing professional bingo.
Yes. I've seen it all. I mean, you can not win for a while, and then you can just hit it big one day. I've seen people win $2,000 and $3,000 in one session.
Wow.
And it's a lot of money, but if your numbers are coming up and you're lucky that day, the possibilities are endless.
Dick, jump in here. Have you won yet? So you're like me. Well, we're lucky in love. Do you have to be a member?
No.
WFW?
There is no membership requirement to play bingo. Some of our veterans and auxiliary members do come out and play with us. The majority are people in our neighborhood that are willing to support the veterans. They come in, they know that we're doing veteran charitable bingo. They come out and support the veterans. You do not need to be a member. There's no sign-up fees. If you walk in the door and you're 18 years of age and you want to buy a pack of cards to play, then you can do it. Just come on out. Now, 18 is our limitation on what people that can buy for themselves. We do allow children 6 years of age and older to come out and play. The parent will have to pay for their pack to play the paper cards. If they play pull tabs, the parent has to pay that as well. We don't pay out children. It's part of the Texas Lottery Commission's rules. We can't pay children for a bingo win. That's why they need a parental figure there to be able to help them out. So 6 years of age and older.
I did not know that.
Yes.
I did not know that.
And
Do we have kids? Can I
Yes.
bring their kids in?
Yes, we do have kids come out, but one thing that I have to say is that every person that comes on the property for bingo has to play a pack of cards. So even if your child is 6 years old and you want to take them out to bingo, you have to buy them at least one pack of cards because everybody has to pay to play.
And that's a state rule. It's not
That is a state rule. The parent can play that pack. Some 6-year-olds, they just don't have the attention span to sit there for 3 hours playing these cards. They have to buy the card. The parent has to buy the card for the child, but if the parent wants to play that card for them, they can help them out and play that too.
So if I bring my wife, she can help me out playing?
Yes.
Because she says I do have the attention
You
span.
hire somebody to do the daubing for you, and you just
I would just be fine with the daubers. They're all colorful and sparkly.
Yeah.
My attention may go, ooh, squirrel. We touched on this just a moment before about that's a state requirement. The bingo workers, you guys that are actually out there on the floor selling the tabs and whatnot, you're actually trained and licensed by the State Lottery Commission.
That is correct. The only way to work in a bingo hall is that you have to submit to a background check with the Texas Lottery Commission for charitable bingo. They hold all the power for that, so you have to have that approval on the background check. But once you get that approval, then you're ready to go. We have to renew our license every 3 years and do that background check every 3 years as we work there.
Yep, I went through it when I was trying to set up bingo for the American Legion. I go all through that, and there's different classes for different positions within the bingo hall.
That's right.
You can't go from being a worker selling the packs to being the caller.
Right.
Two distinct jobs.
Well, actually, we have workers. The structure of it is that we have to have one person on site that is a bingo operator. That's what I do for the auxiliary on Friday night and Sunday. I'm the bingo operator. So any kind of rule, needing clarification on rules or anything, I would be the person to make that decision as we move forward. The bingo workers can sell paper, they can sell pull tabs, they can call. We rotate those people around so that, that they're not doing all the call-in or all the selling. We mix and match those.
And by the way, I'm sorry about not setting up the printer with the new network.
Oh,
That was totally on me. That was totally on. I didn't know it was there, so I didn't do it.
yeah.
We talked when we started talking that there's sessions for the auxiliary and sessions for the VFW. So the money gets distributed between those two organizations depending what day is being played for them.
That's correct. The money is separate between the post and the auxiliary. They do not mix and match funds or anything like that. I believe the auxiliary pays a fee to use the bingo hall. That goes to the VFW towards their money as well. So there's this collaboration between the two sides to meet the needs of what's going to, what will meet the needs of the post and the auxiliary. But they're separate money bags, separate accounting, everything is separate. They're two separate entities for that.
Now, I'll tell you from the VFW side, when we get the monies in the account from bingo, we sit there in our meeting hall and decide what we're going to do with that money. What other charitable organizations we're going to give that money to. Because we have the mandate to do that also.
That's correct.
That I bring that up because that's an important distinction that you need to understand when you're playing bingo. If you want to support one of the organizations that the auxiliary is sponsoring or giving the winnings to, the monies to, play on certain days. If you want to support organizations that the VFW post is distributing the funds to, you play on other games. And I am going to have the schedule up on the website. Is it on the Facebook page? Do you know if it's
Yes,
on
it
the
is.
I'm going to go steal it from the Facebook page and
All right.
put it on the website. So you'll know what days are being played by what sessions. Did that make sense? What days are playing by sessions? What days to play?
I mean,
or what
which
sessions?
days are the VFW and
Date
the
and
others
time.
are the auxiliary?
Yeah, the date and time, yeah.
Like I said, squirrel.
Yeah.
Now, then, in years past, when there was a ladies' auxiliary and a men's auxiliary, each one of those, just like the VFW posts, has a mission statement. And they work their mission statements. Sometimes there are some VFW auxiliaries and that don't work as closely as the auxiliary works with in our post.
That's correct.
You can't walk through the post without hitting an auxiliary member. It's just not possible. And a lot of VFW members are also auxiliary members.
We do have dual members.
I did not know that was possible.
Well, it's not any longer. I mean, the ones that became dual members prior to, I believe, 2015, I want to say, are dual members. Anything after that, no, they quit doing that.
Oh, so you have to be one or the other.
Yeah, now you have to be one or the other. But the ones that are already dual members continue to stay dual members.
So all you guys out there, looks like you got to join the VFW. Or
You guys can join the auxiliary.
They can join the auxiliary.
We have a lot of guys in the auxiliary.
No, I mean they can join either the VFW or the auxiliary.
That's
They can-
correct.
I stand corrected. Everybody out there, all you veterans, you can, or active military now, right?
Well, there's veterans out there, listen, that didn't have boots on the ground, and they can't join the VFW, so they can join our side.
Oh, really? See, things I learned.
That's right. Well, I mean, to
Kinda
be
the same with
yeah,
American
to be
Legion,
be a member of the VFW post, you have to have served in a wartime situation or location.
Yeah,
So
that
you
boots
have
on the
to have that. If you just sign up and you go serve 4 years and you're in the States the whole time, there's no war going on, you actually cannot get qualified for the VFW under those circumstances.
But they do qualify for the auxiliary.
Yes.
I'm
As
getting
long as they got out honorably.
by the skin of my teeth, baby. By the skin of my teeth. Ask my last commander; he'll tell you.
You know what? I love serving my veterans. My husband's a 24-year Navy man, and at first I was very hesitant. I will say that when I first came, there was a lot of older people, and I didn't fit into the because my husband's older and I'm younger, and I just didn't fit in with the other ones. And later on down the road, I decided this is what I want to do.
I travel a lot, as you know. And I visit a lot of VFWs and a lot of American Legions from wherever it is that I'm traveling to. There is a stereotypical thought process when someone thinks about the VFW or the American Legion. A bunch of old guys sitting in a smoky bar, rehashing war stories and drinking cheap beer. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, because I've seen posts like that, but that's not what you get with the VFW 4709 post.
That's a benefit to the VFW, and we're lucky to have a canteen and people can come in, but you can't smoke in there.
No, it's only smoke. We went non-smoking.
Exactly.
Had some growing pains with non-smoking.
Yeah, it has
it's like
been.
4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yep, been about 4 or 5 years.
But we hang out there and smoke, and we don't find it a problem.
You know, I don't mind.
I don't either. I don't either. The point that I was making is the VFW is not, that's our VFW. Our VFW. It's not that stereotypical type of VFW that a lot of people out there think. We're very active in our community. And I'm going to give you an example of this. And I got these numbers from Boogie, by the way.
Okay.
During the last hurricane, when River Plantation flooded,
Hurricane, yeah.
Hurricane Ike, Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane, who knows?
Harvey,
We've had so many here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
The VFW partnered with the Friends of Conroe and the auxiliary, and we served thousands, and when I say we, I mean you guys, served thousands upon thousands of meals.
We delivered them out to everybody in places they couldn't get out.
Yep. And that was all made possible by membership. Both of the VFW
I lived
and
there
the
for
auxiliary.
5, 6 days.
Yeah, every time I was there, you was like,
my
"Baby, you're going
motorhome was
home?"
out front.
Was that your motorhome?
Yes.
I was like, who the hell parked this here? I know that's not Boogie's. I didn't know that was you.
It was
I didn't know
mine.
that was you. Yeah, the cook shed and the cook trailer were going continuously.
The little kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
breakfast, lunch, first responders, we took care of everybody
And all that was made possible, how?
by donations.
By donations and by membership. Members made that happen. Members volunteering their time, whether they be post members or whether they be auxiliary
And
members.
that could be out of state too, because we had a
Yes.
lot of people from out of state bringing truckloads. And it was
Mm.
just a great thing to see.
Yeah, at that time I was the commander of the Legion, so the Legion was doing the same things. And I'm like, we need to combine with the VFW because they have the hall to do this in, and we're trying to do
we
it
were
out
lucky.
of.
We had a lot of volunteers, and I tell you, it was just, and we all worked great together.
You guys had it down to a science.
We got it
You
done.
really
I was
did.
on the phone, so I was taking the calls in and arranging the trucks.
Boogie was cooking, Timmy was cooking. Going sides and we slicing them up, put them in containers, packed them ready to go. You guys had it down to a science, and I'm like, I'm impressed.
We fed a lot of people.
Yeah, we fed tens of thousands of meals came out of the
Well,
VFW.
Kevin Brady delivered a whole truck full of meat.
Thank you, Kevin. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. I'm going to stop saying bad things about him someday. Not soon, but someday. I got to stop touching that and blowing his eardrums out. Typical person comes in, interested in playing bingo. He has to buy a pack.
Okay.
What's that pack cost?
Well, it's kind of different. We have 2 packs, actually. We have one pack that has 9 cards on it. So you get 9 cards on a piece of paper, and there's 10 games on that. So you're getting 9 cards on each game, and then 10 cards for the 10 games. A 9-pack, we call it a 9-pack.
Whoa. Say that again?
So you
that
get-
made no sense.
You get 9 cards on a sheet of paper, but you get 10 sheets of paper, so they cover all 10 games. But we call it's a 9-pack. Okay, so you get all 10 games out of that. A 9-pack costs $9 for one 9-pack. As you get more and more, the cost goes down. So if you get 2 9-packs, it's $16. So that second one's only $7. That makes sense?
So this isn't very expensive to play.
No, not at all. Now, you can make it expensive if you want to, but it's not very expensive at all. We have a lot of people that will play a 9-pack or a 12-pack. The 12-pack is a little bit more expensive at $13, but you get 12 cards on all your papers. We have a lot of people that'll play one card, and they still win too, just like everybody else. It doesn't matter if you buy 1 pack or 10 packs. We just need you there to buy a pack.
I saw all the winning tickets up on the clipboard in front of the room, and I'm going, damn, that's a lot of winners there.
Yeah.
So this isn't the traditional school bingo. You're not spelling out bingo, spelling out numbers. How many numbers do you play?
What do you mean?
Well, is it from 1 to 10, or is it from 1 to 100 numbers?
Oh, the balls? There are 75 balls. And so they're colored balls, and they match up to the BINGO. So your B line is B number 1 through 15. Your I row is 31 through 45. Hang on, 16 through 30. Your N row is 31 through 45. Your G row is 46 to 60, and then your O row is 61 to 75.
You don't
So
think
there's
there's going to be math involved in this interview?
No, I need more coffee, really. But
I got to come play. I'll come play if you personally teach me.
I've got to learn myself.
You're the president of the auxiliary and you don't know how to play bingo? I think that should be a requirement.
I am a worker.
Oh, that is true. That is true. That I got to say, when I took the worker class with all those PowerPoint slides, I went, "This is the most boring thing ever." Can we go a little bit
It takes
faster?
forever.
Yeah, can we go a little bit faster?
coming back to the cards briefly, though, I also want to say we do not have computers. So some bingo halls have computers that you can get a lot of cards on, and you buy a computer and that's your card. We do paper only, and that's why the people that come out and play with us the most keep coming back, is because they feel like their odds are better on a piece of paper than a computer where it's all computerized.
Now, those papers and whatnot, they come from the state. We have to buy them
Through
to
an authorized
Surplus, right.
reseller, that's right. They have to be I think they have the place that we get our stuff is Roy's Bingo. They're actually licensed by the state to sell bingo products. So you can't just buy it from anybody. You have to get it through somebody approved by the state.
And that's to keep everybody honest.
Yes.
We mentioned pull tabs before. So I come in, I get a pack of 9,
Okay.
and I decide, let me buy a pull tab. How do these two things work together, or are they totally separate?
Totally separate. So, for example, let me give you an example day. I'll talk about Sunday. So the workers, we get there at 12 o'clock, and we shuffle all the pull tabs that we're going to play for that day. We take them out of the box, shuffle them all up so they're all mixed up, and we do that from 12 to 1. Then at 1 o'clock, we start selling paper products and tabs. And so at 1 o'clock, you can get in line, buy your piece of paper, go put that on your table. Then you go over to the pull tab counter and get pull tabs there. So you're doing this, they're separate things that you're doing. Then at 2 o'clock, we start playing our games. And that means that we're going to announce we're either playing on the paper or we're going to play a pull tab. We announce that before the game so everybody's on the same page and they don't skip over what they bought.
All right. One more question about this. So I buy the 9-pack.
Okay.
And I'm looking at a sheet of paper that has 12 cards on it.
9 cards.
9 cards on it. I only can play 1 card per game. Or do I play
You play all 9 of those for that one game.
So if the number is B3, I might have B3 on card 7, but not on card 1. I mark
Right.
down on card 7.
They're all different, yes.
And as soon as I fill up one of those cards, or I get bingo on one of those
Right.
cards, that wins.
That wins, yes.
Well, that's a hell of a lot of chances to win.
Yeah, and that's why we have some people that will buy 4, 5, 6 packs. We have one lady that'll buy 12 packs. And God bless her, I don't know how she does it, but she does it and she wins. But you buy that pack and you're good for all the games.
Well, this sounds a lot simpler than the stuff they're playing in the cantina. I might be able to follow this. Ralph's trying to explain bunco to me, and I'm like,
Right.
What are the requirements? I mean, do they need to be, do they need to wear suits, or can they come in their
No,
jeans?
just come
No
in.
dress code.
No dress code. We just ask that you cover up.
Well, I'll try to wear a muumuu. Then I'll tell you all that in a bag of chips.
What did they say? No shirts, no
gift to
shoes,
it.
no service, or something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. And the hall is nice and clean. I know I've cleaned it before.
Yeah, it's cleaned after every shift.
I don't know, what, 9 minutes? Dick? 5 minutes? All right. What else do you want to say, let people know about the VFW Auxiliary?
I would like anybody that has any questions to at least email us, let us know, because we do have emails on those Facebook pages. One of the biggest things we do is help. I mean, sure, we help our veterans, but there's other things. We get into the schools. We teach youth about patriotism and the American flag, and it's just a good thing. I mean, scholarships. There's many programs that we have that really people like to get into.
I actually graded some of those Patriot pens this year.
Oh, that's awesome. We get to the nursing homes, the VA medical centers. We give out, we help the homeless vets. We feed the vets. We do anything possible that we can raise, and with donations to get it out there.
Right.
Today, I just got done at the VA clinic. We're giving out little goodie bags to the veterans.
Did you bring me a goodie bag?
I'm sorry I didn't. Darn it.
Will y'all be there tomorrow afternoon to give me one?
We
I got to be there tomorrow afternoon. So.
I gotta
we
be
also
there on the
have
first.
legislators where we help them get their word heard, and we in Congress and all that. We all vote just the same as everybody else, and it's a big thing that we do.
Jay, what else do you want to say about bingo?
All right. The most important thing is that you come out and play. Because whenever you come out and play, you're supporting all of these organizations that help out veterans and their families and raise awareness of the VFW and the auxiliary. Our numbers are lower at this time of the year than they have been in previous years because bingo business is down. It's down for
It
everybody.
started with COVID, and then it
Yeah,
went.
yeah. So the last couple of years, the numbers haven't been there
The
like they were
economy's kinda-
before. So we're just asking people, you don't have to come out and spend hundreds of dollars. You can come out and literally play for $10, $20, and you will have a great time while you're there.
I think we have a bingo phone number if you wanted more information. Do you know what that number is?
Do you have that number?
No, I don't.
No.
We used to have a bingo phone number.
We still do. We still have two
Is it the
lines.
7716?
Yes.
I don't remember the first 936.
Neither do I. But I will get it, above or below or on either side, depending where you're watching or listening to this phone number for you all, so you can call if you have any more questions about charitable bingo at the VFW 4709, because Commander Marcy Phillips is also our bingo chairman, so she'll be able to answer any questions.
Yeah. And people can come in whenever we open up the doors. They can come in and ask any of the workers how it's played. We'll answer all their questions so that they're fully up to speed and they're not going to miss anything. We're going to let them know what they need to do. And we get new people all the time. I've never played. Can you help me out? And so we help them and answer all their questions.
I might have to show up. I did not know that we were doing what day is the 11 p.m. session?
Friday nights.
Friday nights. I might have to show up Friday nights because I have insomnia. So, depending when I take my meds, I can actually sleep. And then, if I put it off too long, then I won't be able to sleep for the day. So 11 to 2, that's on Friday?
Yeah, Friday night at 11 p.m. And we'd love to have people come out for that.
Well, it's not like I'm young and in the clubs. I'm an old man now.
Right? And we are giving away that computer on December 16th. That is a Friday night at 11 p.m. You do not have to pay. You're not buying a ticket from us for a chance at that. It's not a raffle. We're giving tickets away. If you come and play on Friday night or Sunday afternoon, we're going to give you a free ticket, and you have a chance to win that computer. And it is a nice computer.
That's fantastic. I didn't know
And
we still do that.
we give away nice prizes all the time. For all of the holidays, we're constantly giving away. We'll do receipts in a box and do gift cards, whatever it takes, and we give away to our players.
I know we gave away a big screen TV,
Yes, multiples of those.
multiple tablets,
Yes,
Android tablets, and we even did double door prizes at one time
yes,
within the state's confines. What we can pay out and what we can give away, that's controlled by the state, not by us. Controlled by the state.
Oh, and the members.
And the members.
The members have to vote on it, yes.
Yeah, we never say no.
Oh, mine do.
Yeah, well, you guys are more vocal than we are.
I have a problem. I say yes to everything.
Be careful, you be on trash detail right quick and in a hurry.
Okay, let's do it. Do it with a smile on your face.
Well, Lynn, Jay, thank you for coming today and spending your time with us and letting us know about Charitable Bingo.
Yes,
and
thank you.
when we can play, and about the auxiliary and the need to come sign up. If you can't join
We
the
can always use
VFW,
you.
that's right.
We'll put you to work.
I have a veteran on my block that's not eligible, but I went, hey, you know what? You can still volunteer.
You would be amazed how many people at the Catfish Festival come over to ask me what they could do to volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
And they really want to help.
That's what I was saying about Texans. I'm from New York.
Hey.
This was like a culture shock.
I'm from
down
California, so
here.
this is
like,
way,
yeah, it's
yeah.
a culture shock. Wow. I didn't know you were a Valley girl.
Oh, stop it, San Diego.
That explains
Maybe.
Ron. That explains Ron.
I wanted to add one more thing. I don't know if we clarified this, but you do not have to be a member of the post or the auxiliary to play bingo.
Open to the public.
It open to the public. Everybody can come out. There's no membership requirement for that.
That's outstanding. That's about all I have for this edition of Veterans Air. I want you to tune in next month on January 3rd. I haven't decided what we're going to be doing yet, but it will be interesting. I'm going to leave you today, as I always do every month, with this song by the Warrior Song Project, and you can download it from Veterans Air on our front page or iTunes or wherever you get your fine music. As we listen to this Warrior Song, I want you to think about our men and women standing in harm's way, guarding our liberties and our freedoms. If you are wearing the uniform today, I want to tell you thank you. I want to tell you I'm proud of you.
Yes.
And until next month, stay safe and stay vigilant.
Come to me, deep down in the dark where the devil be, in the mall where the jaws and the where the brimstone burns and the angel weeps. Roll to the gods of across your path, and my silhouette hangs like a body bag. Hope is a moment now long past. The shadow of death is the one I cast. I am a soldier and I'm marching on. I am a warrior and this is my song. My eyes are steel and my gaze is long. I am a warrior and this is my song.
We're not just going to shoot the bastard. We're going to cut out their living guts and use them to grease the treads of our tanks. We're going to murder those lousy bastards by the bushel.
Now I live lean and I mean to inflict the grief, and the least of me is still out of your reach. The killing machine's gonna do the deed until the river runs dry and my last breath leaves. Chin in the air with a head held high, I'll stand in the path of the enemy line. Feel no fear, know my pride. For God and country I'll end your life. I am a soldier and I'm marching on. I am a warrior and this is my song. My eyes are steel and my gaze is long. I am a warrior and this is my song.
All right, now you sons of bitches, you know how I feel.
Medicare can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. My name is Andrea Corpening, and I am an agent authorized to offer AARP Medicare plans from United Healthcare Insurance Company. I would be happy to help you better understand Medicare, your coverage options, and discover what may make AARP Medicare plans from United Healthcare a great choice for you. Call me, Andrea Corpening, today at 281-773-6239 so you can decide on a plan with confidence. That's 281-773-6239.